a special person who's going to be a part of the coverage tonight, Roshini Rajkumar. She's an executive coach, crisis communication expert. She's on the CenterPoint Energy Home Service Plus hotline. And I just saw her post. Roshini Rajkumar has voted.
I have voted. This is like the Super Bowl of all days for me, Cory. And you better believe I was up there right a little after 7 a.m. at my polling place.
So I knew you were going to vote today, but I don't think I ever asked you why. How come you waited till today? Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just curious why you didn't vote early and you waited for today.
There is just something about Election Day. I've felt it ever since I started sort of being aware of politics and elections as a girl, as a teen or a preteen. And when I could finally vote at 18, ever since then, it's just such a special day. And, you know, when we were younger, Cory, voting ahead of time wasn't really the norm. So you waited until Election Day and you voted. So you just have that feeling. I mean, it's a beautiful day, first of all. And then there's just this real nice vibe in the air. I mean, we were talking to neighbors this morning. I had a little bit of a line, but it was moving very quickly. Everyone was just in a great mood. And I mean, it's great if you vote ahead of time. I just want you to vote. But there is nothing that replaces that energy of Election Day for me.
Yeah. Where are you at voting? You're in Edina?
No, so I voted this morning at the Bakken near Lake Calhoun in Minneapolis, where I live. But currently I am at my mother's polling place in Edina, kind of near the Lunds at 50th and France. It's precinct 3. And I spoke with the head election judge here, and she said normally around 2,500 people could vote here. And the estimates they're getting in Edina is already 70% of Edina voters have voted. So it's pretty amazing, there was no crowd here, so it really makes today fairly easy for people who did wait, because so many of you out there voted ahead of time.
How do you view the early voting? I know I've talked about it on the show, and I think it's along with I think there's a couple of different factors that, yes, people are very interested. I think we're going to see bigger numbers than what they were projecting. Basically, was that it would be the biggest turnout since 1908. We'll obviously have to wait to see on that. This is all good news, but I also thought, it's kind of like it became more popular, kind of like Netflix, where it's like, hey, look, I want to watch it on my own time. It's the same thing here. It's like, oh, you know what? I got an hour right now. I'm going to squeeze over, get my vote in now. And that's why I think a part of it is that's why you're seeing so much early voting as well.
Yeah, Cory, it's the ultimate in an on-demand activity. We're living in a society right now where you want to do things in your own time, and voting has really become part of that. And I do applaud all election officials around the country who have really been trying to make it easy. And so, you just want to cut them some slack today if there are lines. For the most part, I'm seeing election judges of all ages. It's very fun. They're energetic. My only sadness, Cory, was they did not have I voted stickers at the Bakken Museum this morning. And even the judges said to me, we don't know who overlooked us, but we never got them. So that was the only little hiccup.
Well, if you didn't post a picture with the I voted sticker, did you actually vote? I mean, you need the sticker, Roshini.
Well, I took a picture of me with a flag, and I tweeted that out, Cory, and that's proof. Someone else who walked out with me actually said, let me take a picture of you with the flag. So he's my little witness, my neighbor witness. I don't know if I can find him again, but I really did vote, and it's something, I think you know me well enough to know that there was no way I wasn't going to vote today.
Roshini Rajkumar here, host Real Talk with Roshini on News Talk 830 WCCO. We've been doing this morning, Roshini, asking our listeners, like, what's the first election that they remember watching or listening to, or even just a memorable one? Like, do you have one that has a story around it, whether, that's the first time, or that was one where I really paid attention, or the one I voted in, or there was something monumental surrounding it?
For me, it was the 1984 convention, the Democratic convention. I wasn't really too heavily aware of politics other than what my parents did at that time. But Mario Cuomo spoke, and he gave one of, I think, the best political speeches. And, I'm nonpartisan. At the time, I don't think I was even thinking about politics and parties. But it was so compelling, and it really made me wake up and say, I need to start keeping up on what's happening around me. And I had the opportunity, my freshman year at Boston College, Mario Cuomo spoke at our school, and I went up to him as this, 18-year-old. I was all giddy to meet him. And it was because of that memory, seeing him speak at the 84 convention and the inspiration. And no matter the party, Cory, he still is an embodiment of a terrific leader. And we see that on both sides of the aisle. And that's the thing to remember, how are these leaders leading? And when people go out to vote today, hopefully they vote with their hearts, they vote with their smarts, and we can stay peaceful all day and into the night.
Yeah, that's a good story. Was Mario leading up the one of the evenings to Walter Mondale then, or how did that work?
It was Walter Mondale and Geraldine Ferraro. And he spoke, he was probably the night before, the eve of, and it was just, I need to pull that speech. Anytime you need some inspiration, he's a good one to watch. Regardless of your party, when someone is a good speaker, they can move you and inspire you. And, hopefully we'll return to some of those kinds of leaders again, Cory.
Yeah. Roshini, okay, so we've got our Newstalk 830 WCCO radio coverage tonight, election night special. I guess, what are you looking forward to the most tonight?
I'm just looking forward to the payoff for these different campaigns. And especially some of these people who are running for office for the first time. And, we are covering all the local races. So yes, we'll have national results, but we care about the local races. And, that mom or pop or small business owner or truck driver that decided to run for office and they have a campaign, they're a real person just like you and me. And what happens when they put their hat in the ring? That's what's so fun to see on election night. Of course, we'll have great political analysts from both sides of the aisle, but it's really about the heart of these politicos or non-politicos who became candidates, and then their supporters. It is always so interesting and refreshing. It actually makes me feel less jaded, Cory, on election night when you see these different people that are supporters of any candidate. And they are giving their time really for not any money in many cases. And they're volunteering because they believe in someone. And it is really, really interesting to see that. It's beautiful to see that. And what I hope we can remember is we are very unique in the world. We still are. With all the crap that's going on, we still are unique. Anyone can run for office. Anyone can win. And that's what makes us a unique nation. So it's those kinds of results I'm looking forward to tonight. And, of course, sharing the airwaves with you and bringing everyone some fabulous coverage tonight.
Well, right on. And you talk about Mario Cuomo giving a good speech. That was a good speech right there on why you should listen.
Cory, we may have to coordinate outfits, though, because we are going to be on video, Facebook and Twitter Live. So we don't want to clash.
Can I, you're an expert on this. I don't suppose I can wear a backwards hat, huh? I'm going to have to do my hair tonight.
Yeah, and speaking of your hair, are you just letting it grow? Because the barbershops are open now. I've noticed your hair is getting quite long.
It's long, a lot of flow going on. I think Chad really brought it up last week and was making fun of me. He said I've dyed it. He said that it's a little out of control. It's more. I'm just going for the flow, and that was a poor angle. So I've received a lot of positive.
Well, and I'm not
too.
I'm not coming down on you, Cory. It's just you're a good-looking guy.
Well, it sounds
Let's
like
not
it.
let the hairdo ruin the overall look. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Roshini, I look forward to talking tonight. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.